So this is gonna be what if Deku had Venom, and I decided to do this because I just couldn't get out the idea in my head. It was just in my head, and I just had to get it out. So yeah, let's get into it. So this starts when Deku is 5. He goes to the quirk doctor. The doctor says he's quirkless, and Deku gets sad. And that night, Deku's in his room. He's just crying about he doesn't have a quirk. And then he hears something outside. He looks out his window and he sees a meteor, about to crash into in the forest near his house. So Deku, being curious, he decides to go check it out. So he goes over there where the meteor crashed, and he sees a container, like a glass metal container, and it's broken. And he looks around, he touches the container, and out of nowhere, the black goop latches onto Deku. Deku's freaking out. He's saying, like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And then it just goes inside Deku's body. And Deku, being freaked out, he just starts running back to his house. He goes to his room and goes to sleep. When he goes to sleep, he has a dream. Well, he's in his head. So he's in his head, and he sees Venom. He sees a tall, buff, black alien type monster thing. He says, "You, who are you?" Deku says, "Oh, my name is Izuku." Venom would say, Izuku. Well, I'm glad that I found you. You are now my host. Deku says, a host? What do you mean? Venom says, my species, known as the Clintar, or a symbiote, has to latch on to a host in order to live. And you are my host now. I can give you powers. Well, he doesn't say that. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Deku says, oh, that's cool. Then he looks down. He's kind of sad. Venom says, what's wrong, kid? Deku says, oh, I'm just sad because I went to the quirk doctor and they said I was quirkless. And Venom says, what's a quirk? Deku would say, oh, it's a power that you were born with, and I'll never have one because of this stupid bone I have in my pinky toe. Venom would say, I can give you powers. Deku would say, really? You can? Venom would say, yeah, I can give you super strength, super speed, super regeneration, and what else does Venom have? Yeah, I'm gonna just say that. Super speed, super strength, and super regeneration. So, Deku would say, ooh, can you give me those powers? Venom would say, of course, you are my host. I can enhance any of your abilities. So, Deku would say, can you make me strong enough to become the next #1 hero? Venom would say, yes, I can. Throughout the years, we Clintars are symbiotes. We grow and get stronger as we live on in our host body. So Deku would say, oh, cool, so one day I'll be strong enough to be the #1 hero. Venom would say, yes, you will. But first, you have to know my weaknesses. Deku would say, you have weaknesses? Venom would say, yeah. My weakness is fire and sound. Deku would say, fire and sound? Those are pretty bad weaknesses. Venom would say, yeah, so you have to train You have to train me so I have a resistance to them. Deku would say, okay. So then he wakes up. It's the next day. He's sweating in his bed. And he hears Venom in his head and he says, good morning, you woke up. Deku would say, who said that? And Venom would say, it was me. And Deku would remember his little dream. And he would say, I thought it was just a dream. Venom would say, no, it was real. It happened last night. And then Deku's mom would say, Izuku, breakfast is ready. Deku would say, okay. And he would get out of bed. He would go to the kitchen and start eating. I want to say he would have eggs, bacon, and yeah, that'll be it. Bacon and eggs. So he would start eating. And when he grabbed the bacon, he looked at it, he sniffed it, and just ate it all. He like grabbed other pieces from from his plate, and he just started eating it like really fast. His mom would say, slow down, Izuku. You'll throw up." And then Deku would say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm just so hungry." And his mom would say, "It's okay." So they would go to school. Deku, on his way, he goes to school, since he was like 5, he's 5. He's still in kindergarten or preschool. I don't even know what he was in. I'm gonna say kindergarten. So yeah, kindergarten. It'll be the first day of kindergarten. Yeah. And it's the first day, everyone's showing off their quirks, and then Bakugo comes in like, oh, my quirk is explosions, and he would show off. The kids would be amazing. They'd be, oh wow, you have the best quirk here. And Bakugo would say, yeah, I know. I'm gonna be the greatest. I'm gonna be the next #1 hero. And then someone asked, hey Izuku, what's your quirk? And then Deku would say, my quirk is, and then Baku would say, you probably don't even have a quirk, you quirkless loser, and everyone start laughing. And then Deku would say, no, I do have a quirk. And then he sticks out his arm, and like tentacles come out of it, so it kind of looks like, it just looks like tentacles coming out of his arm, and everyone's like, oh cool, you have tentacles. And Deku would say, yeah, I do. Baku would say, your quirk is not as good as mine, though. Deku would say, I know. So, let's skip a couple years. I'm gonna say he's 7. Actually, no, I'm not gonna skip a year. It's 2 years. I'm gonna skip like 2 days. Deku, he's been talking to Venom for as long as he had him. So, and then Deku would say, well, I should probably give you a name. I kind of feel bad for calling, or for not giving you a name. Venom would say, oh, you want to give me a name? What name do you want to give me? Deku would say, how about Parasite? Venom would say, no, not Parasite. No, scratch that. No, that's not an option. Deku would say, oh, okay. How about Venom? Venom would say, I like it. You can call me Venom. Deku would say, okay, Venom, what do you want to eat? He would say, tater tot. No crap. He would say tater tots and chocolate. Okay. And then Deku would go to the fridge. He would get the chocolate. Now he would get tater tots. He would heat them up, and he would get chocolate from his room because he had a little secret stash of candy in there. And then he eats it. He eats the tater tots and the chocolate. And yeah. And skip a couple of years. gonna say he's 7. He's 8. I'm gonna say he's 8, and he's been training with Venom, and his mom already knows about his so-called quirk, but it's not. So he's been training. So he's been training with Venom. He's been training how to use Venom, like how to use his super strength, and Venom can fully take over. Deku just grows in size a little. So I'm gonna say that when he's 8, he's going to be like 4 or 5. I'm gonna say 4 or 5. So that's when he's 8, and when Venom takes over, he's gonna be I'll say just 5 foot. Yeah, 5 foot. So yeah, Deku has been training with Venom about how to use his powers, his weaknesses, so he's not gonna have a ton of weaknesses. Like he'll have more a resistance to fire and sound. So yeah. Deku would I'm gonna say that Venom still wants to eat brains. Deku would tell him like, no, we can only eat what the brain has that you want. So which is like chocolate. I don't even know what the rest is, so I'm just gonna say chocolate. So every time when Deku brings like 2 bars of chocolate everywhere he goes, just in case Venom gets hungry. And yeah, I'm gonna skip another years. It's now the end of middle school, and the teacher comes into the class, and he says, "All right, here's some papers that I can give you so you can choose a career." And then he would say, "Why bother? I know you all want to be in the hero course," and everyone would start cheering, like showing off their quirks. The teacher would say, "Yes, you have impressive quirks and all that." Bakugo does do his little speech like, "I'm better than everyone," and then the teacher would say, "Oh, Bakugo, I see you're applying for UA." And then the teacher would say, "Oh, Midoriya, you also are applying to UA." And Bakugo he turns around and he sees Deku. And Deku, since he has Venom, he's not as timid or like scared easily anymore. He still gets scared, but he's not as like Canon Deku where he's like scared all the time. So yeah, he has more confidence. Deku would say, "Yeah, I wanna become a hero." And I would say that the teacher says, "Oh, you even have higher marks than Bakugo." And then Bakugo would hear this, and he would say, "Wait, what?" Then the class is over. Deku leaves. Bakugo, like I'm gonna say that Bakugo and his little lackeys or whatever, they surround him. They surround Deku, and Bakugo would come up to Deku and they would say, "You better drop out. Like you better not apply for UA." Deku would say, "Why? I want to become a hero." And Bakugo would say, "Because it's supposed to be me and me alone that's supposed to get into UA." And Deku would say, "But anyone can become a hero." And then Bakugo would say, "Oh yeah?" And he would grab Deku's notebook, burn it, and throw it out the window. But before it's about to drop out the window, Deku he grabs it with one of the tentacles that Venom has. Oh yeah. And then he grabs it, and then and as the tentacle's coming back, it hits Bakugo in the face, and then Deku would say sorry and starts running, and Bakugo's lucky to start coming at Deku, and Deku he would just climb on the walls of the school so he can hide from the kids, and they would say, "Oh, let's go. He'd probably run this way." So then Deku would start running home. He would walk under the tunnel thing. Then the sludge villain would come, and then the sludge villain would say, "You have a nice body, kid." let me take it. And then he starts, and he's on Deku, and then Deku in his mind would say, Venom, go! And then Venom would like fully like engulf Deku like into the what you see in the picture, but not as buff, like a little buffer, not as tall. I'm gonna say that Deku, he's like 5'5", so I'm gonna say that he's 6'4" when Venom's taking over. So yeah. And Venom would say, "Oh no, you don't." And then Venom and the Sludge Villain will start running and start attacking. And then Venom, since he has super strength, I'm gonna say that he punches, but not at the Sludge Villain, just punches, and the like a big gust of air pressure just splats the Sludge Villain. And All Might would come down and say, "I am here." And then he would see Venom, and he would think, "Oh, like, who are you?" Venom would say, well, he wouldn't say anything. He'll just go back into Deku's body, and Deku would say, "Oh my God, it's you! Oh my!" And he would say, "Can I have your autograph?" And All Might would say, "Yeah, of course." So he does. He doesn't grab onto All Might's leg, so yeah. So the Sludge Villain doesn't escape, and the whole Bakugo incident doesn't happen. And Deku gets ready for the 10 months of training. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna end it off here. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.